Hi, it's Angela, and you are listening to Divinely Connected. I am here with your weekly forecast for July 21st through to the 27th. We are feeling that full moon energy, so don't forget to utilize this energy to your highest good, releasing anything that no longer serves you. You may have feeling this past week everything kind of bubbling up, some deep rooted, especially family connected um, healings and irritations and heaviness that you have been carrying in your energy system. And so the full moon is an amazing opportunity to release and let go, to welcome in the new that comes in following the full moon. So a lot of things that may have been bubbling up, inner child work, especially connected to family dynamics, whether this is your immediate family, your current family, your in-laws, however this comes in, you may have noticed this bubbling up. And that's what this full moon is all about. So let's get into the cards, see what's coming in for this final full week of July. Okay. There does seem to be, because there is a lot that's going on, and this is something that's really interesting. There is a lot that's going on internally for everyone. For everyone. Even who you share your bed with, even your little people and your family members and people that you love. Everyone is kind of having this awakening, reflection, questioning of like, how did I get here? Is this the best life for me? And because of this sense of instability within self, this may be affecting relationships. Relationships may feel a little distant right now. They may feel a little bit unsteady. There may be irritability here. Okay. They're saying that we're still good people. You know what I mean? And so it's not that this is intentional. Just everybody is kind of shedding right now, right? And welcoming in the new and aligning with the new and getting it ready for adjustments for the transformations. Some of you have already started the transformation where you can put your finger on what is changing for you. Many people are still just not quite there yet. And so there's still a lot of internal stuff that's coming in. And so if you're finding yourself finding friends a little off, finding lovers a little off, finding social interactions a little off, this is why. It is not reflective um of negative or malicious feelings at this time. It's because everybody is just trying to get the stability rebuilt within them. Okay. You're going to get there. There's your prosperous, beautiful self. And so there really isn't any worries or concerns. There does need to be continued the prioritizing without apology what is for your highest good. And they keep dimming down. They keep, yeah, I guess, simplifying, simplifying, simplifying. So you may be saying, hey, I would love to, but I can't commit, take this on, help out in that way, because there is this feeling of burnt out, overwhelmed, and now we're trying to create a life of more balance. Okay. And so by protecting yourself, getting through to this other side, really wanting to say no to too much, even if it's positive. Okay. You have to understand positive opportunities, positive experiences. Too many of good things is also hard on the system. Right. And so when we're saying like, oh, there's too much going on, that doesn't automatically mean negative. Right. It just means there's a lot of demand on your energy right now, and that we're wanting to prioritize being reserved with what you're taking on. Getting back to the basics, getting what makes you happy, right? And there's almost this feeling of I was overdoing, overspending, overgiving, overindulging, over wanting, over extending myself. And now we're moving it, and it's not scarcity. Okay, that's not what the energy is here. We're not going into scarcity. We're going back to the basics. Back to the basics. Okay. And for some, what may be very beneficial is looking back to a season of your life where you felt very blessed or you felt very balanced and going, okay, what was it? We can't go back, right? And a lot of the times the situations and the circumstances are not able to be duplicated. But you can take the characteristics or the feeling of that experience and go, what did I love so much about that season in my life? Okay. And if it was just less demand or less responsibilities or more connection, more time with friends and family, you can then in a new way bring in that feeling, bring in that energy to you. And so reflection is such a powerful tool because we learn from our experiences. And when we are in that rat race and when we're go 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 go, then we tend to overlook and even forget so quickly, right? Even forget so quickly of how the lessons that we have learned in the past. And so, really wanting to take that time and attention, pour into yourself, listen to your intuition, listen to your soul. Starting your day every day, asking, okay, what is it that I need today? Or what is for my highest good today? Or even leaving it up to spirit and say, move me where I need to be today. Bring in what it is that I need to do, need to learn, need to grow from today. Okay. There is a decision that comes in. All of a sudden, things move very quickly. There's this opportunity. And I'm telling you, it feels like an opportunity that is offered. Right? And so there's this feeling of like maybe it's an invitation. Maybe we're going to go view a house. Maybe we're going to go test drive a car. But like it came out of nowhere. It wasn't what we were looking at the beginning of the week and going, okay, this is what I'm going to bring in this week or I'm going to do this on Thursday. It doesn't have that feeling. It kind of happens very quickly. Okay? Kind of comes out nowheres and it's kind of like this offering and this opportunity um hesitation on committing to the opportunity after the initial offer. But there's this feeling of like, oh, this kind of came in a surprise timeline that does require choices to be made. There is hesitation around the choices. Okay. And then there's also, look, it says the time for patience. And things that you have planted and that you have been tending are going to bloom. And so there's almost with this quick experience, it feels like temptation, right? It feels like temptation. Not gonna lie, it feels like a quick fix. And what do we know about quick fixes? Right? It just has this feeling of if we were to take advantage of this, we'd be kind of skipping a step. And that does not feel very safe and secure for me energetically. Okay. And so this could mean that this is a yes, but not a right now. Right. This can mean let's take the time and let's see how we feel. If it is meant for you, it will wait. And that is so important. What is yours is already yours. What is meant for you in this life is going to come in. You're not going to miss it. You're not going to miss the perfect house, the perfect car, the perfect lover, the perfect job. If that is your destiny and that is your path, it is yours. Okay. And so this brings in this grounded energy and then being able to see how to proceed. Okay. But there is very much, and like I said, going back to this being, it's like we were missing a step. And so, like, that to me gives me nervousness in my tummy and makes me feel like we're going to regret that. So, when this opportunity is offered to you and you look into it, it's like you want to say yes out of fear that it's going to pass you by. But there's like steps missing or there's something missing, and you're wanting to take the pause when this comes in. Okay. And I think that's going to be the best way to navigate that experience. Wait for you to ground your energy with any decision making that comes in. If we are heightened, if we're super excited, if we're like, oh my God, or we're super scared, we're super doubtful, both of that is ego. Okay. Being neutral and listening to your intuition it feels very matter of fact. We can be excited about this opportunity or this buying this vehicle or moving into this new home. We can be excited about it, but we're anchored and we just know that it's right. And so that's one of the biggest questions that I have received over the last 10 years is how do you know it's intuition, right? Our mind can be very manicky. right? And it can be overdoing, overthinking. Same with emotions. If you're not able to grant out that emotion, then you're most often in ego, whether it's high emotions or low emotions, right? When you're listening to your intuition, it feels very matter of fact. Even if you push on it, I push on my intuition a lot. I still, after 10 years, challenge spirit and be like, "Are you sure?" And I have been known to threaten spirit and saying, "If I'm doing this, do not let me fall on my face." But even if I am nervous of the opportunity of that they're bringing for me that I feel that I need to take, I can still be nervous and have feelings around it, but I know in my heart of hearts, I have to walk this path. Right. And so that's the difference. That's the difference. There is this type of neutral, just knowing, can't budge it, can't budge that type of stability within me, even if I'm having a reaction to it. But if I'm very like, oh my God, this is good, like, an ego high or an ego low, then that is not my intuition. Okay. And so that's the best way to be able to kind of explain and extend that. Okay. It looks like this week, I think the full moon's gonna affect many. Um some full moons pass us by and we're not really phased by it. I think there is a lot of discontentment that's coming up. Like I said, especially connected to family relations, is really what's being kicked up with this July full moon. And so, wanting to take, a hot minute to regulate, to journal, to release, and utilize this full moon energy that's coming in. Is going to be the best way in getting back to the basics, guys, and simplifying and looking at what really matters and wanting to bring more balance into the energy out. So, energy out is money, time, emotions, mental space, overthinking, overindulging, overspending, all of these things, wanting to bring in harmony and balance. And that's going to be the biggest takeaway. Say yes to opportunities, but make sure that you feel solid about it and make sure that you take the time and that you're not panicking and committing to something because you're fearful it's going to pass you by. What is yours is already yours. And keep that mindset as you're walking through this week. All right, I'm going to leave that with you. And don't forget to come back next Sunday for your weekly guidance.